What's going on, Destiny players, and welcome to the 2019 Outer Rim Convergence Draft. On the left, we have Cooper running the new Marauder with Sentinel Messenger and Lobot. On the right, we have Steven running Anakin with Dengar and Watt. Of course, Watt, Dengar, and Sentinel Messenger and the Marauder are all new cards from Convergence. Cooper will be playing on the Fighting Pits, while Steven will be playing on the Sith Tipple. Cooper's battlefield allows him to pick a character dice of his own and a character dice of an opponent's. Each of those are re-rolled, and damage is dealt to the other opponent according to the number showing on that dice. Cooper wins a roll-off. Steven's going to put the 2 shields on Dengar. Cooper is going to play hide-and-go-seek with Lore Hunter. Finally decides to put it on the Sentinel Messenger. So Dengar is one of the new bounty hunters. Steven's more than likely going to have some bounties in his hand. Try to use that ability on Dengar to, after you activate him, to deal damage to a character with a bounty, which is what he does. He puts Death Mark on the Sentinel Messenger. Cooper is going to play Squad Tactics. That's a reprint. It's going to allow him to activate any non-unique characters in the order of his choice. So he rolls out the Marauder and the Messenger. The Marauder hits on a 1 shield and the Messenger hits on a 2 melee. The Messenger's ability is he can look at the top card of his deck and play that card if he chooses to. You do have to pay the cost, though. So Dengar will activate. He'll deal damage to the Messenger. Rolls a Disrupt. See a Smuggling Ring there in Cooper's hand. It's a new 2 cost. He can use that to exhaust that support to gain a resource and get an additional action. Lobot rolls out with the special. Alright, Steven's going to play Overqualified. He can remove a die showing a value less than the die he has in his pool. Cooper will discard or re-roll. It's a 2 melee with a pay side. Showing 4 damage. He has no resource to pay for the 2 on the Marauder, so he's only going to deal 2. Cooper will put the 2 onto Anakin. Steven will roll out Anakin for a blank. The Fighting Pit's going to be a good battlefield for those high damage side characters. Obviously Vader, even a Saj with her 3 side will be good. Steven will activate Watt. It's a focus. There's a discard or reroll. Get another focus on Watt and a blank. Steven's going to focus into a resource. Here's a power action on Watt. So he'll be able to pay 2 to pull out the Imperial Officer. Gets to bring it in without activating it. Rolls a blank. Ooh, that's not good with 1 card in hand. Imperial Officer only has 1 damage side, and it's a resource cost. He has no resources right now. Lots of focus, so I'd probably just eat it and start the round. Or start the next turn at least. Looks like he's got a Mega Blaster Troopers in his hand. He is not discarding that. So he will pass and move on to the next round. Each side has 2 resources. Cooper will pay his 2 for this smuggler ring, as we talked about last turn. Steven will activate Dengar. He'll deal the damage to the messenger. Rolls a resource. Cooper's going to exhaust smuggling ring to gain his resource and get an additional action. He'll go ahead and activate the messenger. Rolls a focus. Messenger's going to be really solid in a Grievous build because of his droid ability will let him pay it for 1 less. Be Steven's action now. It's like a resistance ring. It is. That's a 1 cost upgrade. When you play this upgrade, you discard the top card of a deck. The special on allows you to play a red event from either discard pile. You do pay its cost. However, Cooper rolled a blank on the Marauder. Watt rolls out a blank and a resource. Lobot also rolls a blank. Steven more than likely is trying to get up to 4 resources for that Mega Blaster Troopers. Yep, so he'll take the 2 resources. That's 3. He still hasn't activated Anakin yet. See a Verpine sniper rifle in Cooper's hand. Discards an ordnance launcher. Reroll. Thought about leaving the focus, but decided not to. It's a blank and 2 resources. Anakin will roll out with a resource. Cooper's going to power action. He's going to re-roll the messenger and Anakin. Each side hits a 1. That'll be a 1 damage to each. Puts Anakin at 7 health. Does put the messenger at 5 health remaining. Cooper will use the focus. Focus into melee damage on the Marauder. Steven immediately hidden motors it. It does hit the melee, so that'll be removed. Cooper will take the resource. And here's the power action on Watt to bring out the Mega Blaster Troopers. Rolls a blank. Cooper's going to put a wanted on Anakin. So Steven will activate the Imperial Officer. Now when he does that, he can turn the trooper dice to any side he wants. It looks like he's not going to do that. I don't know why he wouldn't. Cooper pays 1 for a field medic. That'll heal 2, and it is a reprint. There's a probe. It's like a Fang Fighter and a Verpine from Cooper, so no mitigation left this turn. But going back, Steven did forget to use the ability on the Imperial Officer that turn. He could have been able to get 3 indirect damage for free there. But nonetheless, he hits a resource, or not a resource, he hits a blank and a focus. So he's going to focus into a 2. Deal 2 into the messenger. He'll take a shield on Anakin. Now he'll be able to activate the Mega Blaster Trooper. He'll go ahead and deal 1 more. So the messenger now at 4 health remaining. And we'll go on to round 3. Board state wise, this is definitely a strong board state for Steven. So Cooper will activate the smuggling ring to gain his resource. Gets an additional action. There's a fight back. Decides not to play any of his cards, so he's going to activate the messenger. So he's going to look at the top 2 cards of his deck, bring 1 to his hand, and he discards 1. And then he's going to use the messenger ability to look at the top card and play it if he wants to, which he does. So he'll turn the messenger die to a 2 melee. There's isolation. Another reprint. Cooper will pay 2 for the sniper rifle on the Marauder. Here comes Dengar flying off the rails. Rolls a blank. Marauder rolls out with a 1 focus and a 2 melee, pay 1. Anakin will hit for the blank. Cooper will pay the 1, deal 2 to Anakin, then I'll pop 1 off the shield. Watt rolls out with a focus and his shield. Lobot rolls a 1 range. These guys are going super fast. Trooper rolls a 2 disrupt. And once again, once that Imperial officer activates, he'll be able to turn that Mega Blaster Trooper die to any side. The discarded reroll. It's a resource on the sniper rifle. So Steven remember this turn to use the ability. So he'll change the Mega Blaster die. Imperial Officer rolls a resource. Cooper discards a Lore Hunter to reroll into a focus. He must have something in mind for that sniper rifle. So Steven's going to play Hunt Them Down because the Messenger has 1 bounty on him that increases that 2 range to a 3 range. And that will kill the Messenger. And with that bounty, Steven will be able to draw 3 cards. Hunt Them Down is going to be really good in these new Bounty Hunter decks. Discards into a blank there from Cooper. Steven will pretty much reroll almost everything. Anakin hits on a blank. Special on the resistance ring. It's like a resource on Dengar. Unfortunately for Cooper, it looks like his board state just hasn't been able to develop pretty well this game. He can't really use the power action on his battlefield anymore because his primary damage dealer is already gone. Lobot pretty much only has one sides. So there's a focus into, it's like a resource. Here's a power action. Lobot hits a special, so no damage. Anakin hits a 1, so that should be 1 damage to should be 1 damage to Lobot. I'm not sure why they're putting that on Anakin. Steven rerolls into the special and a plus resource, so he'll be able to get 3 resources there. Power action on Watt. Here comes another support. Fang Fighter. Fang Fighter rolls a shield. Looks like it's going to discard Pulverize to deal 2 damage to the Marauder. He's going to take the shield off the Fang Fighter and give it to Anakin. Now he'll be able to activate the Fang Fighter. It's on discard. So he'll discard a reroll. It's into more range damage. There's 3. Puts the Marauder at 5 health remaining. As we go into round 4. Steven has 3 supports with 1 upgrade. Cooper has the Verpine Sniper Rifle, and that's pretty much it. Alright, Cooper's going to exhaust Smuggler Ring. He's going to pay 3 for the Fang Fighter. This ambush action, he's going to roll out the Marauder. Marauder hits on a 2 range with a pay side and a +2 melee. Steven will activate Anakin. Anakin hits on the special. Get a power action on the battlefield. Looks like both sides hit on 1. Steven did have a shield there. That's not unblockable damage. So he should have taken that on the shield. Don't think he's terribly worried at this point, however. Watt will come out with a 1 shield and a 1 indirect. Watt finally bringing the heat. Fang Fighter rolls a discard. Dengar roll a blank. Lobot hitting his special. He's done that multiple times so far this game. Steven still has all 3 of his support die waiting to be activated. So bring out the Trooper first. It's on a 2 disrupt. Alright, there's a +2 on the sniper rifle, a shield and a shield. Imperial officer rolls out a disrupt, but that's going to allow him to turn the Mega Trooper die to a 3 indirect. Steven will pay 1 for the targeting computer. Nope, thinking about it. Nope, changes his mind. Yeah, go ahead and roll out the Fang Fighter. That hits on a 3 range. It's not going to be enough to kill the Marauder. Get a discard to reroll here. Get a blank and a 2 range on the Fang Fighter. Steven's going to pay 2 for one of the new Convergence cards, Pulverize. He can resolve any damage in the order of his choice. And he gets to increase that. It's pretty good. So we're going to see a 3 indirect turn into a 5 indirect. A 1 indirect turn into a 2 indirect. Steve's going to put the Fang Fighter into Lobot as a smart play. You don't want to overkill. It's going to put him at 7. 2 health remaining there. Cooper's going to discard to reroll into a focus. So Steven's going to play Sinister Piece to discard a card to remove a die. Cooper will focus into the range on Lobot. Here's a discard to reroll from Steven. There's 1 into Anakin. Steven will shoot the Marauder for 1, killing the Marauder. And Lobot's got 2 health remaining. This game's just about wrapped up. So there's $2. He'll pay 1 for the targeting computer to turn the Imperial officer to the 2 range. And that's going to wrap it up, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave comments for anything you have suggestions for. We'll be back shortly with round 2 of the 2019 Convergence Outer Rim Draft. Thanks so much for watching.